You've had Valtteri Puustinen out there on your line. Just what have been your impressions of playing with him so far?
He's skilled. He's got great hands, and he's able to see the ice. So obviously a short inter-squad game, so haven't played a ton together, but hopefully we're getting better every day.
Sid, any memories of going against Jan Ruda? Just how tough a defensive matchup he can be.
Yeah, I didn't see him a ton, but he's solid. He's got a good stick and he's steady there. Can make a good first pass. Not afraid to join the rush when he needs to, but I think mostly he's a defending defenseman. Just steady.
Sid, Brian Russ said it's mostly a fresh new start for you guys, but at the same time that you feel like he feels like you guys have a chip on your shoulder as well after last season. Is that about how you feel about this season as well?
Yeah, I think you have to have that approach every year, regardless of how it finishes. You got to learn from it, and we feel like we didn't close out the Rangers and probably left a sour taste in everyone. So I think that a chance to start fresh and learn from that and be better for it.
With a whole lot of the same group back, kind of going off of what you just said, you feel like there's a bit to prove? I know Gino yesterday said that he personally feels like there is. Do you feel that same way?
Yeah, like I said, every year you have to have that mentality, and it's a new team. I think it's nice to have some guys that were here last year that went through that for sure, but it's a new group and we got to prove ourselves again. So experience is nice, but it's what you do with it.
So it's a league that's gotten progressively quicker, it seems like, every year. As you guys get older in your careers, what makes you think that, what gives you confidence that you guys can maintain the speed that's kind of necessary to win?
Speed comes in a lot of forms, obviously. Skating, but the way you play, playing together and moving the puck. I'm pretty sure a handful of last teams I've won have been up in the upper, age category, so it's probably not a fluke, so experience has something to do with it. So, a lot of factors, but I didn't really worry about age when I was 18. I'm not going to start at 35, so I don't really have a great answer for you.
Sid, I know you put a ton of pressure on yourself. All you guys do, obviously. But, when management makes the decision they do that said, we're going to stick with these guys. They built this. We're going to let them sort of ride it out and finish their careers. What does that feel like? Do you sort of internalize that and say, I want to make good on that decision? I want to make sure that they made the right one?
Yeah, I just want to win. So if they believe that's what's conducive to winning, then I think that's what we're all in it for. So I think it's always been about winning. It's not about necessarily the Cinderella story. It's about winning hockey games. So I think those guys play a big part in that, and hopefully we can all collectively as a group do our part and help the team win.
You're playing a little bit with Valtteri Puustinen out there. I guess he's playing with you, I should say.
Playing together.
Yeah. What are your impressions of him so far?
Well, I think we just talked about it earlier, but he's a skilled guy, great hands, can shoot the puck. But yeah, we only played one inter-squad game together. It's kind of hard to really judge off that, but I know from him playing with us last year and what he's done in Wilkes-Barre and what you see playing with him short time here. He's got a lot of skill, a lot of talent, and he showed that.
Sid, it's obviously a pretty new ownership group, fairly new management group here. Do you feel like there's a pretty good open line of communication between those two parties and players like yourself as far as wants and needs and what you feel most comfortable with?
I don't know. I've always just tried to worry about playing. I think everybody kind of has their own job to worry about, and that takes up a lot of their time. So I think that ownership has done a great job, and I think that as players, all you can ask for is every opportunity to win and every resource, and we've been given that. So as far as communication, I think that's just something that I guess maybe you develop over time, but it's not something that's necessarily a given all the time. It's just, I think it's dependent upon each team, each situation.
Sid, we know what guys like Gino and Chris Letang deliver on the ice, but from a personal standpoint, just how much did it mean to you personally to have those guys back?
Yeah, we've been through a lot together, and I know how competitive they are. I know they want to win, and I think that playing with guys that long, you build trust, you build belief, you go through, you know, good times and bad times, and I think you learn from one another. So, you know, going through all that together and knowing, you know, how they are as people, those are guys you want to compete with, you want to win with.